Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
I was once a security guard working overnight at a store. I quit after something really freaky happened, and I don't know if I can ever work at a job at night again because of this. I had a job as a security guard working at a clothing store. The owner of the place said that she's been noticing strange things happening at the store at night. Every time she would come in the morning, she would see a bunch of clothes scattered all over the floor and mannequins tossed around like a tornado or a hurricane hit. She thought someone was breaking in and probably escaping, and she even thought maybe it could have been one of her employees. But every time she would check on the camera would suddenly glitch, and then when it would return, it just shows the mess all over the store with no trace of anyone around. So she started to get concerned, and that's when she hired me. On my first night, she showed me around and where everything was at. She even showed me the security room. After she got done showing me everything, she left me in security room to monitor everything while she took care of closing up the store with one of her associates. After her and her associate left, I was by myself. I would always do a walk around of the store just to make sure everything was alright, and I would do that every hour. For the first 5 hours of my shift, everything was fine. Everything was quiet. Matter of fact, I will admit, it was kind of boring. But then, during my last final hour of my shift, I heard something odd. As I was drinking some coffee to try to stay awake, I heard whispering. The whispering sounded like it was coming from everywhere, like there wasn't one source of the noise. Is someone here? Whoever you are, you're not supposed to be here. The store is closed, I yelled out as I was walking around the store trying to find out who was making the whispering sound. But the moment I felt like I was getting close, the whispering stopped abruptly. I still walked it around to try to figure out if there was someone in the store that was trying to pull some type of prank, but I couldn't find anyone. So I made my way back into the security office room and I sat there. I was sitting there for about 15 minutes when I noticed that I got an alert. I looked at one of the cameras and I had to do a double take. What I saw in one of the cameras made my blood run cold. It wasn't a human being that I saw in that store. It was a mannequin. It was 3 mannequins walking like human beings. I'm not joking. I saw mannequins walking. At first, I thought maybe I was seeing things. Maybe I was just tired. I tried to wake myself up and do another take, but no. I saw these mannequins and they were walking. As I looked at a different angle of the camera, I saw some of these mannequins. They were outside of the security office door. My blood ran cold and I was freaking out. That's when I heard a light tap at the door. I was confused about what was going on. This didn't seem real. Mannequins walking around? And that's when I also heard whispering as well. I grabbed my gun and I readied myself as I touched the doorknob and I opened it. But the minute I opened the door, the mannequins were gone. But I can still hear the whisperings all around me. And like I said earlier, it didn't feel like it was coming in one direction. It felt like it was coming all over the place. As I was walking around the store holding my gun out, I really didn't know what I was looking for. Looking for escaped mannequins just sounds silly and weird. I kept walking and the whispering stopped. But I didn't have too long to feel like I was relieved when I heard a new noise. It sounded like someone was growling. It sounded like a mix between a human and an animal or some sort of creature. The growling got closer and closer to me. That's when I turned around and what I saw nearly made me wet myself. At first, it looked like a woman, but she was wearing a worn out, dirty, teared up dress. It looked like it was white, but it had so much stain on it that it looked like it was a different color dress. The woman was barefooted. Her feet were dirty. I looked at her hands and I noticed that her nails were sharp. And then, the horrifying moment I saw that made me leap out of my skin. This woman turned around and I saw sharp teeth protruding out of her mouth. And I saw her eyes. They were black. And then this woman or creature growled at me and began to crawl on all fours like some animal or insect. It ran up to me fast. Damn it, fuck this shit, I quit, I yelled as I was running away from this creature that was chasing after me. I no longer cared about the job. I had to get out of here. I had to survive. There was no way I was going to be taken out alive by some woman or whatever it was. I ran until I found the escape exit. I didn't care about the alarm going off. I ran out. As I was running, I turned around and I didn't see that creature or woman chasing after me. The next morning, I called the owner of the store and let her know that I quit. I made up some excuse about how the job wouldn't correlate with my schedule, and I apologized to her about quitting on such last-minute notice. But I didn't tell her the real reason why I quit. There was no way she was going to believe me. I'm never going back to that store or even near that store. As a matter of fact, I don't think I even want a security job working at night. What I experienced made me afraid of taking a night shift job ever again. Now, I would like to say the story ends here, but not quite. A couple of months later, I read on the news that the owner of the store was found dead. Yeah, pretty shocking. They said that they found her dead with a bunch of mannequins laying on her. But what was more disturbing was they found that her insides were missing. They said that her death was pretty gruesome. Authorities don't know what happened to her. They don't know even who killed her. They said it was a really strange case. But I knew what happened.